I just wanted to round off the last video that I released on this channel, which showed the walls being destroyed in the diesel commercial, and how Christians are being portrayed in their media, in the mainstream media. I mean, we've already got this huge attack on Christian alternative media as it stands. This channel is under attack from that. But we're seeing it more and more that the Christian point of view is being portrayed as bland, boring, encroaching on human rights, restrictive and worthless. I mean, if you look back into the 1970s, you can trace some of the beginnings of this agenda taking shape. Pink Floyd, "You're just another brick in the wall." It was all anti-authority, trying to generate a revolution, this social conditioning. You know, if you read the lyrics, we don't need no education. We don't need no thought control. Teachers, leave them kids alone. So this is all about disrespecting authority to turn everything on its head. And if they can get people to start disrespecting authority and ignoring instruction from authoritative figures placed above them, then eventually why would they listen to the instruction from the Bible, opposing anyone who stands against them as this barrier, this wall that needs to be broken? So teachers, leave them kids alone. Teachers, it doesn't necessarily only have to be in a school. This could also be referring to pastors in a church. Teachers, leave them kids alone. Let them do what they want. Stop inflicting barriers and boundaries and moral guidance. Parents, leave your children alone. It's all the same thing. And incrementally, it turns into a massive anti-Christian agenda. And then another example, do you remember that Taco Bell commercial called Routine Republic, where it followed these two main characters, this man and this woman, who were stuck in this oppressive regime, this fascist dictatorship. And notice that all of it, again, all of the colours are dismal and grey. And you hear the same hints all the way through this going, you know, different is bad, routine is good. And what it's really representing when it comes down to it is that tradition, routine, structure is bad. And that this is what we need to overcome for this Luciferian New Age. And in fact, in this video, the man and the woman break out of this regime and they break through the wall. And all of this is propaganda to represent the coming of the lawless one who breaks us out of this so-called cage that we have in society. So by the time you get to the end of this, with all these various attacks on the public's perception of Christians and Christianity and the Bible, you get a whole generation of people who see Christians as this fascist, dictating, Nazi enemy that we really could do without. And it was the same in J.K. Rowling's new movie, you know, the author of Harry Potter. This movie came out in 2016 called Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And in this movie there's loads of magicians that have learned the craft of magic, and basically it focuses in, it doesn't directly call them Christians, but it focuses in on this family that are portrayed as a cult. And you notice the colouring of their clothes are very bland, very grey and dismal. And you see that this family looks much like what they would call a stereotypical Baptist-looking family to me. They're portrayed as bland, old-fashioned, oppressive, hypocritical, part of a cult, and this family can contribute nothing to a society who are enlightened beyond them. So to me, this is the same portrayal of this old way, this tradition that needs to be gotten rid of in favour of this illumination, this magical world, which is it's the same Illuminati propaganda, just dressed up in different ways. It's an agenda of witchcraft.
Seen it, done it, been there, drove that, stuffy, stodgy, boring, snoring, ho hum humdrum, dum dum num num.
ISIS have declared war on Christianity. This is the kind of story that ought to be dominating cable news, and I don't think that narrative is getting the attention it should get. War on Christianity. The press in America should be full of headlines about this.
The dismal, boring, bland colours, and the oncoming new age of magic. When you get to the core of it, these words are being used to describe Christians. The agenda of Babylon.